webcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at Ablesys. I'd be glad to go over the charts and take a look at the recent Able trend signals. Really having a pretty unbelievable year so far, I can tell you that. Boy, this volatility has just been fantastic, especially for intraday trading. It's just been unbelievable. And we'll take a look at the charts because the software works just as well for long-term trading. It doesn't matter what you do. It just depends on whatever you like to trade. Just as many people like to trade longer-term stocks and futures, currencies, whatever you like. And it's very popular to do intraday trading on the E-minis. Our favorite is the E-mini NASDAQ because it's much smoother than ES or any of the other E-minis. It's a much smoother chart, and obviously the smoother it is, the smoother the price action is, well, the less choppiness, the less losing trades. So that's why the mini NASDAQ is so popular for that reason. But you can trade anything you want with a Able trend, and you can trade any time frame. Doesn't matter. Just depends on whatever you like to trade. So we're going to jump in right here, and I have a chart right now. This is the Qs, basically the NASDAQ is what that is. I've got a NASDAQ chart up here, and take a look at that. So this is a weekly, monthly, and I put this chart up here because I find this very interesting, whereby the prices are stopping exactly at Able trend resistance. Exactly. In fact, today it went right up to this area and just stopped right in where there's these red dots are resistance. The red dots are resistance. They tend to block or stop the prices from going any further higher. Right there. Look at that. I mean, twice. This was last week and this week. Perfect double top. Right where the red dot is. I mean, it's just amazing. Right around 219 is right where there's resistance. And there was a huge sell-off. NASDAQ dropped 100 points in the last half hour today. As soon as the prices hit this Able trend resistance point, it backed off. NASDAQ has been unbelievably strong. It's been just almost never seen anything like it. I mean, the last 6 weeks, it's only been down like 3 days in 6 weeks. It just goes up every day and just keeps going higher and higher. It's almost back to where it was before the crash. It's crazy. But that's just the way it goes. I mean, we don't think, we don't use our emotion, because if you do that, you or I, no chance of winning. Guaranteed loser is when we put our emotions into the trading and not this 20-year algorithm that's just been extremely profitable and very low risk. But 20 years, not 20 days or 20 months. I mean, so, there's just no way that you or I or anybody could even come close, not even close to competing with the algorithm. So the point is, if you're disciplined and you can take, you don't trade with your emotions, you trade with the charts and the signals, you'll do very well. I guarantee you they'll be losing trades. I don't know what more anybody could possibly ask for, especially compared to every other indicator out there. It's not even close. And that's for you to decide on your 30-day trial, not for me to say. You'll notice a difference right away. But I strongly recommend everybody just continue to use what you normally use and compare Able trend to what you're normally using. You will see the difference immediately, within days. It'll be really obvious. Plus, you can scroll back on the charts. The signals never, ever change. That would be cheating if they did. It'd be fraud. It would be ridiculous. Anybody could tell you what happened after the day was over. I mean, it's insane. I would never lose a trade if I knew after the day was over what I should have done earlier. I mean, it's almost ridiculous to even say that. Signals close once the bar closes. If it's a 1-minute bar, it's final. If it's a 10-minute bar, whatever you're looking at, the 30-minute bar, it's final once it closes. It will never, ever change again. Just real interesting. We'll see if the NASDAQ can push any higher and break above this point. This is the Qs. So if we see if the Qs can punch above 220, we put these resistance points, by the way, 6 weeks before this even happened. That's how accurate these dots are. That's support and resistance. Remember, blue is up, red is down. That's really important with Abel trend. Blue is up, red is down. Now, if you like a little longer chart, this is a 3-minute, 9-minute intraday mini NASDAQ chart. Some people don't like to have stops too tight. That's the worst thing you can do is put your stops too tight. Took so many thousands of traders trading millions of dollars all these years, and everybody agrees the same thing. When you put your stop too tight, that's the worst thing you can do. You think you think it's low risk? No, it's high risk because prices are constantly moving up and down. They never go straight one way. They're constantly, zigzagging up and down every second of the day. So if you put it too tight, you're going to get stopped out, and then if it shoots up, you missed out on all the big move. We had a buy signal right at the open on this 3-9 chart because the 3-9 chart is actually you're going to give you much bigger winning trades than the 1-minute, 3-minute chart, but most people can't handle the stops. Obviously, Able trend or any other indicator or program, the higher the time frame, the further your stop's going to be away. That's the same thing for every chart in the world. So it means more risk, but it also means more reward. So that part's up to you. We don't tell anybody what to do. That's totally up to you, whatever you think. But blue bar, blue dot, and a blue cross. And when I say dot, I mean the little dot. The big dot doesn't mean anything. It's just telling you it's the first blue bar, telling you there's a trend change on the lower time frame. The big red dot just means it's a new red bar. So there could be a trend change. There may be a trend change. The blue bar, again, is you get the blue dot in the middle. So it's not really that important, that dot. It's the cross that's important. It's the X. When you have a blue cross and the blue bar, and you see red bars, there's the first blue bar, blue cross, that's the 9:30 open. Look at that trade right there. I mean, we're going to get in that trade at the open of the next bar. Once this bar closes, it's final. We get in at the open of the next bar, right there. There's the open right there. A little line that sticks out. So we would be long at about 89.35, and there's the stop out. If you can put your stop below the dots, that's the best place to put it. Put it under the blue dots. We put it at the second lower row of blue dots below the price. I mean, that's an unbelievable first trade of the day. That's 50 points. That's $1,000 because it's $20 a point for the mini NASDAQ for just one contract. I mean, who wouldn't want that, to start off for the day? I mean, that's unbelievable. This is a no trade zone, and it doesn't matter what time frame we're looking at. We can look at a 1-3, which was fantastic today also. That's the more popular one because there's less risk. Now you're going to have more trades, which means you're going to have more losing trades. So you don't have more reward. More risk, more reward. 3-9 chart has been nothing short of unbelievable. For 3 years now, not 3 days, 3 years. Get in on the second bar if the first bar is too long. Now remember, this is a 3-9 chart. You're going to get bigger bars. You're going to get bigger stops. You're going to get bigger winners, bigger reward. If this bar is too long, which I totally agree, as you know by now, the rule is to get in on the second bar. We can get in on this bar here. Any one of these blue bars, the price hasn't moved much yet. So any one of those blue bars is where you would get in. Put your stop 1 point below the bottom of the blue bar. Ideally, you want to put your stop 1 point below the bottom of the blue dot. Now, you're going to have a big stop. You might have a 30-point stop, but you made 50 points on the trade. You had another huge winner right here because we were long at 89.85 and we were stopped out here at 90. Or actually right here at 90. And then, of course, you picked up the monster downtrend at the end of the day. But it's too much risk for some people. Perfectly fine. I talked to some people today. They said they don't like the 1 minute, 3 minute chart. The stops are too close. You're in, you're out. You're usually 8 to 10 times a day. That's not for them. It's too stressful. Totally understand. We've got you covered whatever you like with Abletrend. It only counts what you think. Your risk tolerance is totally different than mine and 50,000 other people. Everybody is different. My point, you trade whatever you like. 3-9 chart works excellent, but is going to be much bigger stops, as I keep repeating, much bigger risk, much bigger rewards. It just depends on whatever you like. That's my point. We got you covered for everything. Long-term, short-term, medium, swing trades, options, stocks, futures, whatever you like. It's totally up to you. Yes. Now, could also use the 2 green bar stop. I'll get into that a little more in the 1 minute, 3 minute chart. But you can use that too. That's saying when you're in a really big profit, whatever you consider really big, we would consider that at least 15 points for the NQ, at least a few $100s. That's up to you. When you're in a really big profit and you're really happy and it's going well, for example, like right here, this is your 1 minute, 3 minute chart now. You got yourself a really nice profit, like right up here, there's 2 green bars. Green means sideways. Blue means it's going to continue to go up. When you got 2 green bars, you put your stop 1 point below the lower of the 2 green bars. The lower of the 2 green bars. 1 point below. All right. I mean, you're talking about a serious first trade right here. That's a big time winner right there. You're looking at like 30 points. The point is, normally the stop would be here, second lower row of small blue dots. You'll get much bigger winners that way, but you'll have more risk. Totally up to you. The entire market works on risk and reward. If you want to take more risk, you're going to get more reward, but your losing trades will be bigger. If you want less risk, like you want to do more scalping, this is the chart we like, the 1 minute, 3 minute chart. I don't know what anybody could have better than this. It's been unbelievable. If you like the intraday trade. The problem is most people can't do it. You say, what do you mean? You're telling me how good this is. What do you mean you can't do it? Because they can't make the trades. There's too much emotion involved. They don't trade on the chart like a robot. You have to be emotionless to be successful in day trading. I don't care if you use Abletrend or not. You have to be totally emotionless. Not everybody can do that. Totally understand. It's not for everybody. Makes sense. To use a longer time frame. Maybe do swing trading stocks or daily, weekly charts. Great. Takes you only have to check it a couple times a day. The 130-minute daily chart is great. The problem is for day trading, it's very emotional. We have many clients here who don't trade on emotion, and they are absolutely killing them. I don't ask, it's none of my business. I'm just telling you the emails I'm received. Not that I would never ask anybody how much they trade, I don't ask, it's none of my business. But if you have no emotion, there's nothing better. But that's for you to decide. I'm using it 16 years. I'm in front of it every minute of the day. That's for you to decide during your 1 month trial. This is the beginner webinar, and then I do the more advanced webinar. On Thursday, I get into more, we take it a step further. But the point is, you can, if you have a big trade, or here's 2 green bars, you put your stop 1 point below, never hit it, shot up higher. Now you use the dots as your stop. Second lower row of dots. Second lower row of dots. Not the first one. There's 2 greens. You put your stop 1 point below. You stop that right there. First trade of the day, you killed them if you were using Abletrend signals. Huge winning trade. This is one big, gigantic no trade zone. Obviously, there's red and blue at the same time. Red is resistance, blocks the price from going higher. Blue is support, blocks the price from going lower. That means no trade. The time frame are in disagreement. The 1 minute chart, the 1 minute dots are saying it's shorted, they're red. The 2 minute and the 3 minute crosses are saying the opposite. They're blue. It's saying uptrend. What do? You do nothing. You leave it alone. Let everybody else get chopped up. Look how choppy this was. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It was a mess. Nobody in the world, including Abletrend, could have won in that. How did we do? We didn't do anything. That's the best part of Abletrend. This is why we're around 20 years. It's got a reason. A few $1,000s just to get it for 1 year is $3,200, and a lifetime license is $6,500. Those are your two choices after the 1 month trial. There's no month to month. Never done that here. The no trade zones is what keeps us out of trouble. It keeps us from blowing out our accounts like most every place else. People constantly blowing out their accounts. If you trade on the signals, you're going to like what you see. That's for you to decide. I mean, you'll notice it right away, but I like to underpromise and overdeliver. Look at this mess. Anybody who doesn't have Abletrend using most stochastics, moving averages, MACDs, you got killed. I mean, you just burn your money. There's no way anybody could have won in there. I mean, unless you just got, stupid lucky. Anybody, that could happen to anybody. That's sweet to avoid this mess. And that's what the no trade zones do. There's another no trade zone there. There's a losing trade. I don't cherry pick. Winners and losers, I'm going to show you. I'm here to tell it like it is. That's how I want it done to me. Not here to mislead anybody. Would hate for somebody to do that to me. Blue bar and blue X. That's what we're looking for. Forget the big dot. A couple of people keep saying, oh, this big dot. Big dot is only the first blue bar. It means nothing if there's a red X above. It's the blue bar and the blue X, the big X, the 3-minute X. There's the trade. Blue bar, blue X, triple confirmation. We lost. Stop that right there. No trade zone, and then a really nice, huge winning trade right here. I hope everybody caught this one because it couldn't be any more clearer, any more obvious using Abletrend's signals. There's the blue bar. You've got the 1 minute. You've got the 2 minute. You've got the 3 minute. Quadruple confirmation. How much simpler can something get? Everything is blue. That's what you got to look for, the same colors. Everything is blue. And it's the first time it comes in. Not over here saying, oh, I turned my computer on. Could I get in there? No, it's already gone up 20 points. That train left the station. Why would you chase after it? Nobody knows when the trend's going to end. Nobody has a crystal ball for the future. Got to get at the beginning of the trade. And look how that one took off. I mean, is that a thing of beauty or what? Don't use the 2 green bars in here. You're only winning like 5, 10 points, 6, 7, 8 points. You don't use the 2 greens. Previous lower blue dots. If you want to use the 2 greens, I wouldn't even use it here. I mean, it's okay. You're up like 10, 12 points. No, that's not good enough. You get 1 or 2 big trends a day, sometimes 3. You've got to catch those trends. You cannot win unless you catch the big move. Because there's going to be losing trades. I'll guarantee you that. There's no perfect system, nor is this. You've got to catch the big trends. You've got to catch the big trends. Otherwise, you can't win. It's not going to happen. Nobody can. You've got to catch the big trends. Finally, you got 2 green bars. You got a big profit. Now I start thinking about the 2 greens there. Never hit it. Got a bonus. There's 2 more greens. Don't even think about getting out on a blue bar. Why would you get out so soon and when it's going to go higher? There's where we're stopped out. There's the 2 greens. Out at 92. This is as clear cut and as simple and as obvious as you could get. I mean, it just doesn't get any more obvious. Nothing's easy, I'll guarantee you that. But when you're looking at this live and you see this, at the close of that bar, as soon as the next bar starts, you want to hit the buy market button. Because that's triple confirmation. That's perfect. You got the 1 minute saying it's going to go long. It's blue. You got the 2 minutes saying it's going to go up. It's blue. You got the 3 minute big X saying it's going to go up. It's blue. You got the blue bar. I mean, what more could you be asking for? If that's not enough, then I give up. I don't know what more you want. The software can't take your hand and hit the buy button. That part you've got to do. You and I. And then from there, I'm looking at the blue dots when I'm in the trade there. Just watch the blue dots. As long as you've got blue dots, you're safe. They block the prices from going lower. You got protection. Now, when you're got some real money in the trade, now you look for the two green in a row, because that could mean it may get a little weak. Finally there, we're out at 92. We got long at 66. That's 25 points, the $500 winner that Abletrend gave you, me, and everybody who simply took the trade. But you can't use emotions. You can't think. You certainly can't use other indicators. That's a guarantee. Throw your money out the window. And then, of course, you say, what do I do now? Well, we'll get a big X, not a 2-minute X. That's a small one. In fact, you don't even need a 2-minute chart. If you want to keep it real simple, just use the 1 minute, 3 minute. Just a 1 minute, 3 minute. Okay, there's a short trade. Now, between 12:30 and 1:30, I've shortened that a little bit. That's your dead zone. Because I'm noticing a lot of good trades are coming in between a little before 2 o'clock. So our dead zone that we prefer not to trade with all our research over all these years, between 12:30 and 1:30 Eastern time, the market's very flat and choppy. We don't prefer to trade during that. You can if you like. We just don't. We prefer not to trade during that time because of the amount of losing trades and choppiness that normally goes on at that time. Well, how about right over here? How about that triple confirmation trade? Does it get any more obvious than that? I don't know what more we could do. You got a blue bar, that means up. You got a 1 minute, that means up. You got a 2 minute, that means up. You got a 3 minute. I mean, the chart is screaming at you. If I could talk, it would be just yelling at me and you. Get long. It's a really low risk, high profit potential trade. Stop out right there. Okay, picked up about 5 or 6 points on the trade. Whatever, wasn't great, but we'll take it. And I said, when do I get back in? You get back in on a sweet spot. A sweet spot is when the blue bar, or when the price touches the blue dot. Well, touched it right there. Touched it again right there. And then the bar, and the next bar is blue. Well, this one is blue, and it's touching the blue dot. That's a sweet spot. That's it. As long as the tick chart agrees, and I go through that more in the advanced webinar on Thursday, and it did agree at that point, that's where you get right back in again. Blue bar touching a blue dot. Or even if the bar before it was, the bars before it were green, as long as the price touches the blue dot, like there, the very next blue bar would be called a sweet spot because it's low risk. Our stop goes at the previous lower blue dots, these little blue dots right there. So even if we're wrong, we don't have a lot of money at risk. That's a great trade. When you don't have a lot of money at risk, you have a big upside potential. Oof, that's nice. We call that a sweet spot. Well, how did it do? Well, we were long here at 89.98. Let's see how we did. Stop out right there, 9,008. Not bad. Picked up 10 points. It's $200 in 15 minutes. How are we doing on the day so far? Geez, I lost count. It's got to be about 1,500. Got to be at least 600-700 points, 60 or 70 points. But regardless, especially if you're new at it, paper trade. Don't trade real money at first, but trade micros. Just get comfortable with it. No trade zone, all this mess right here. We avoid the whole thing. Long right there, obviously, triple confirmation long signal. Stop out right there, about a break even. And the big downtrend. Why? As I showed you on this chart right here, the prices hit resistance on the weekly chart. Bounce right off of it. We'll see what happens tomorrow if it keeps on going. If it breaks above and closes above it, well, you know what? We're gonna go a lot higher. But until that happens, the market's hitting some resistance at that point. And then you had the just huge downtrend. And there's your triple confirmation short trade right there. It's a tough one to get in. If you missed it, you know what? I could understand that. It moved really fast. It was going 100 miles an hour. However, it doesn't matter. The software, picked it up. That's all we care about is, hey, we want the software to be right as often as possible. You know, whether we make the trade or not, hey, that's on us if we didn't make the trade. That's on you, me and you if we didn't hit the buy market button or the sell market button. That's on me and you. But the software picked it up and nailed it. And look at this move right here. It dropped 100 points. 100, not 5 or 10, which would be nice. 100 points in a half an hour. Here's your 2 greens, and after a big profit, never hit it. There's 2 more greens. Yes, it hit it right here at 89.10. The signal came in at 89.95. That's 85 points profit. $1,700 for every 1 contract you trade in a half an hour. You gotta love the software on that one. It nailed it perfect. Again, whether you or I took it, that's on us. The software nailed it perfect. Good stuff right there. Sure hope that helped. That's how you use the software. The hard part is the emotion. It's not for everybody, day trading. That's okay. It's just not for everybody. But the software doesn't have emotion. That's why if we can trade the signals, we're going to get high reward and low risk. And again, I'll say it up for about the 5th time. We'll be losing trades. That's for sure. And there's risk in trading. It's just not for everybody. All right, real quick, because I'm already 15 minutes over the time I'm supposed, my allotted time. Bill, would you put up a 3.9? Okay, I did that. Frank, totally unbelievable. Zero motion. You're right, Frank. Oh, Sid got long again and made 28 points. Good job, Sid. Love to hear that, sir. Tony, after you move the stop to the green bar, do you keep it there from the point, or do you at any point return to the dots? Yeah, you return to the dots. If the dots are higher, Tony, yes, sir, you return it to the dots. Whatever's closer to the price. Correct. Yeah, you go to the dots because as the dots go higher, now the dots are closer to the price than the 2 greens. The next 2 greens that come in, you move it up from the dots much closer to the price when the 2 greens come in. So you're locking in your profit that way. That's how we manage our risk. Went over the sweet spot. Yes, you're right, Michael Z. I agree. 130 to 2 has been very good. So that's why I've made narrowed the sweet spot. The no trade zone from 1230 to 130. How do you get into the Thursday webinar? You get a 1-month trial, sir, Marco. If you have a 1-month trial, a 1-year license, or a lifetime license, as thousands of clients do, that's how you get in. Michael Z, you caught the last trade. Good job, Michael. That was a tough one. Oh man, did that thing move fast. It was very difficult. You caught that one. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks so much. Well, great. I'm glad. Thank you for saying that, Michael. I'm glad I was able to help. Good job. Andre, the 2 greens, if you get 2 green bars and you're in a big profit, you just you move the stop from, well, the stop would be here. There's the previous higher, 2nd row of red dots. But when you get 2 greens, you move the stop 1 point above higher of the 2 green bars. We've been using that for about, I'd say about 6 months now. So I've been talking about that for about the last at least 6 months in the webinars. So yeah, you know, if you get a chance, you can follow up on these webinars. I think you might find them helpful because this is how I can talk to a mass of people, all at one time. How do you get in touch with me? Ron C at Ablesys.com, Marco. Ron C at Ablesys.com, and of course our website is Ablesys.com. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a good night and stay safe.